Hello, students. Just actually, there were some guests at my place, so I could not complete. This paper 32 yesterday. Okay. So let's continue with our paper. This is your paper. And we were doing question number 5. Doing question number 5 actually. Due to some guests at home, I could not complete my recording, and A2 paper, for A2 accounts paper has been now split into 4 installments. Okay. Now, we were there. Recalculate for each product the unit product cost and the unit selling price using activity-based costing. So first we have to allocate the cost on the basis of ABC, and then we will calculate our cost. Okay. So go to our answer sheet. Now see what we actually have to do. Copy. Product X. Product Y. Okay. Now see. Again, we are going to the question, and we will see. Machine setup cost 100. Actual overhead, the amount of overhead we were estimated was 100, but according to the activity, it is machine setup, machine handling, and inspection, and we have to divide them accordingly, 20 times and 10 times and like this. So now see, machine setup, machine setup, was total $120,000. Now for product X and product Y, how much? It is 120,000, and how to divide this way? 10 times and 20 times and like this. See, 20 times and 4 means total 30 times. So 120,000 divided by 30 multiplied by 20. So 80,000 and 40,000. Okay, done. So product X, $80,000, and product Y, definitely $40,000. Done. Now go to the question again and see. Material handling $45,000, 10 receipts, 5 receipts. It means 15. So $45,000 multiplied by, divided by 15 multiplied by 10. So 30,000 for product X and 15,000 for product Y. Material inspection. Inspection total $45,000, 30,000 for product X, and 15,000 for product Y. Done. Now move to the last part of ABC. That is material handling. So inspection is 15,000. So 15,000 we have to divide like 150. 15,000 divided by 250 hours multiplied by 150. So that is 9,000 and 6,000. Okay. Material handling. Sorry, my mistake. Material handling and inspection. Inspection cost total 15,000. Product X, it is 9,000. For product Y, it is 6,000. Okay. Now see the totals. This is 180,000 definitely. Out of this, 80 plus 30 plus 9, 119,000, and 40, 55, 61. 61,000. Yes, 61,000 is for allocation of overheads on activity basis. Now again we'll do this. We'll make this. We'll read. And what is the amount we have to write over here? It's 119,000. Done. So total price would be 300,000 plus 125,000 plus 119,000. 544,000 would be the total cost. How much? 544,000. Done. Divide by 5. So the divide by 5,000 units. So our cost is 108.8. 108. 108.8. Done. Now by adding 50% markup, it would be 163.2. 163.2. Done. Okay. Now see. Again, delete this and delete this. What will happen? Product Y 61,000. Okay. Now total $375,000 plus $225,000 plus $61,000. So that is 661,000. $661,000 divided by 5,000. So per unit cost would be 132.2. Multiply by 150%. So 198.3 would be the cost. 198.3. Getting my point clear? So if you change from overhead allocation cost system from machine hours to activity based costing, that is going to increase your the product price of X, and it will decrease the product price of Y. Are you getting my point clear? This is a thing. Okay. Okay. Now move to the question again. What they want us to do. Okay. Calculate the difference between the unit production overhead charged to product X and product Y using each method. Now, calculate. Again, we are going, see, unit on the basis of unit. Okay. This is product X, product Y. Hold on. Now, product X and product Y. Okay. Now, this is 5D. Okay. Production overhead, machine hours. On the basis of machine hours. So, for product X, previously it was the total production overhead last time that was based on machine hours. It was 60,000 for product X divided by 5,000 units. So the answer is 12. Okay. So the answer is 12. Okay. Dollar point zero. Achha. Or production overhead on ABC activity based costing. We know that it is 119,000 divided by 5,000 units. So it's 23.8. 23.80. So the difference is how much? 12 point minus 23.8. So it is 11.8. It is 11.8 increase. Getting my point now? 11.8 increase. Okay. Now product Y. Before that, the total production overhead was 120,000 divided by 5,000. That was $24. That was $24. Now this time production overhead on activity based costing is 61,000 divided by 5,000 units. It's 12.2. Is 12.2. That is 11.8. Are you getting my point? So whatever is increased in product X, it's decreased in product Y. Okay. Getting my point now. Okay. Now what do you know? Selling price. Huh? What do you know? I think is the selling price. See, calculate the difference between unit selling price using two costing methods for product X and product Y. Okay, go to the answer. It would be the same way. Okay. Now selling price. Selling price original was how much? Selling price original was how much? That was $145.5. 145.5. And now the selling price activity based costing. How much? We have just calculated. 163.2. 163. Done. The difference is how much? 17.70. Now come to product Y. The selling price was 216.00. Now selling price is how much? 198.30. And obviously the difference is minus 17.7. Selling price is decreased over here and increase in X and decrease in Y. I'm getting my point clear. This is what they want to ask us and we have solved it. Let's move. Advise young whether or not should change the matter of allocation production cost overhead to ABC. Justify your answer. Now, if see what will happen. Now, activity-based costing. Activity-based costing is a little difficult method, but it gives more realistic approach because previously it was showing Y very expensive and X a little cheaper. But now we have come to know that more we are actually spending on X, not on Y. I'm getting my point here. It's more realistic. So both the methods provide us because the production overhead increase and decrease by same amount, selling price increase decrease by. So we got a chance that if we use activity based costing, so we can reduce the price of Y in the market and we can slightly increase the price of X also. Okay, justification is yours. Okay, now question number 6. Abida is a manufacturer of a product which has a seasonal peak demand during certain months. The following budgetary information is available. Sales, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. Each unit of product requires 1.5 kilo at the rate of $3 per kilo. The cost increased 10% in August and it will same for the rest of the year. Abida product manufacture the product 1 month before the sale. So it means in June we are going to produce for July, in July we are going to produce for August, in August we will produce for September, in September we will produce for October. Okay. Now, what about closing inventory is 20% of the following month's sale. Okay. Following month sale means the closing inventory in June must be the selling sales of closing inventory June means the sales of July, 20% of the sales of July. Now, purchase of direct material made 1 month before production starts. The company only purchases sufficient raw material each month to meet the following month's production. We will buy sufficient 1 month before. Okay. Prepare production budget in units. Okay. Very interesting question. Okay, when we are making production budget, we have to be very much careful. We have to make for June, July, August, September, October. Okay. 1, 2, July. May, June, July, August, September, October. This is production budget. This is June. July. August. September. October. But we have to move till only September. That's October we will take as will take because we need some figures from October. Okay. Now, see. Now sales June 5,000, July 12,000, August is 18,000, September is 6,000, and October is 3,000. Done? Okay, this. Now, see production. Now production. In June, we are producing for July. We are making production budget. So, how much is the sales for July in June? We are preparing. We have when sales is 12,000 in July. In June, we have to produce 12,000 for July. Okay. Now, less closing inventory because in June we are preparing for July. We have to sell 12,000 units. Now, closing inventory. What I'm writing here. Closing inventory. See. Closing inventory in June is the closing inventory. The closing inventory in June means the following month. So 5,000 was when we are preparing in June. We are preparing for July, but we will calculate in closing inventory 20% of June. 5,000 multiplied by 20%. 1,000. So here closing inventory is 1. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Actually, closing inventory is from the following. So 12,000 multiplied. That's opening. 12,000 multiplied by 20%. 2,400 is the closing inventory. 2,400 is the closing inventory. Total 14,400 less opening inventory. Opening inventory we have to calculate from June. That is 1,000, 5,000. Oh my God. This is 1,000. And what is the production required? 13,000. Getting my point clear? Achha, what happened in July? We have to sell 18,000. Now we are preparing for August. 20% is the closing inventory. 18,000, 20% is 3,600. Done? So it means total would be 21,600. Then now closing inventory in June would be the opening inventory in July, 2,400. And it means 21,600 minus 2,400. It is 19,200. Now come to August. August we have to prepare for September. So sales is 6,000. Closing inventory is from October. That is in August we are preparing for September, and closing inventory would be 6,000 multiplied by 20% is 1,200. 1,200. Now total is 7,200. Now this closing inventory in July would be the opening inventory in August. That is 3,600. And total production would be how much? 7,200 minus 3,600. Total is 3,600. Done. Now in September we'll prepare for October. So 3,000 we have to prepare for October. Acha, less closing inventory. Closing inventory we have to take from November. So how much we are producing for November? 1,800. 1,000 and closing inventory is 6,000 multiplied by 20% is 1,200. So 3,000 multiplied by 20%, that is 600. It's the closing inventory. Now 600. So it means total production is how much? 3,600. Now opening inventory, closing inventory of August will become opening inventory in September, 1,200. So it means we have to produce in September how much? 3,600 minus 1,200 is 2,400. 2,400. Now in October, we will produce for November 1,800 and 3,000, 1,800 multiplied by 20% is 360. Sorry. Closing inventory is 360. It means total production, total units we require 2,160. 600 closing inventory would be the opening inventory here. 600. And at the end of the day, at the end of the month, we have 1,560 total production for in October. June we are producing for July. How much? 13,400, then 19,200 for August 3,600, September 2,400, and October 1,560 for November. Okay, this is the way we are doing things. Okay, sorry, there was a massive action. Okay, now what next we have to do? Okay, prepare production budget. Okay, we have done production budget. This is production. Purchase budget in both kilos and dollars. Oh, production budget in kilos and in dollars. Okay, go to the answer sheet and make it. You have no option left. Okay. Now, purchase budget. Purchase budget. Okay. Now, purchase budget for the month of June, July, August, and September. June, July, August, September. Done. Which we don't need. Okay. Now see. Monthly production. Monthly production. How much for June? 13,000. 13,400. July, 19,200. August, 3,600. September, 2,000. Done? Okay. That's monthly requirement. monthly requirement. Okay. Now in June we need 19,200 to buy. In July we need 3,600. In September we need to buy 2,400. And September we'll definitely buy for October, that is 1,560. Done. This is monthly requirement. Now monthly purchases. Monthly purchases 19,000. How much would be 19,200? 19,200 multiplied by this one. One thing I forgot to say, that is 1.5 kilo. So 90,200 means multiply by 1.5. So how much? 28,800 kilos we need. Getting my point? What much we need? 28,800 kilos we need. Okay. Now 33,600 multiplied by 1.5 means we need 5,400 kilos. 5,400 kilos. For August, 2,400 multiplied by 1.5, we need 3,600 kilos. And for this one, 1560 multiplied by 1.5 kilo, 2,340. Done. Now, selling price, sorry, purchase price for each product is how much? $3. Done. So, cost price क्या आ गई $3 आ जाएगा. So 28,800 multiplied by 3 is 86,400. 86,400 monthly purchases in. This is your monthly purchases. Okay. Now, from July, June. July is $3 again. So 5,400 multiplied by 3 means $16,200. $16,200 we have to spend. Okay, this is kilos. Now, there was a problem, I think, in the selling price. Let me check the problem. 10% increase from August. So the purchase price would be $3 multiplied by 110%, that is 3.3. So in August, the selling price would be $3.3. So 3,600 multiplied by 3.3, answer is $11,880. $11,880. And here also again $3.3 and 2340 multiplied by 3.3, $7,722. 77. This is purchase. Done. Now move to the next part. Okay. After engaged managers to prepare their own departmental budget, state to have 3 days for the continuing to allow departmental managers to prepare. Here again we have to write the advantages and disadvantages. Budget gives you targets. 2 advantages. Budget gives you set targets, improves motivation. Asha, what the problem with the budgets? very time-taking procedure, needs a lot of calculations, complex. Managers do not have skill to understand the complexity and this and that. Okay, done. Now, this is the last part, I think. I will also prepare annual budget for a second production. The following budget information is available. Okay, what we have to do actually. I will tell you. State two reasons why flexible budgeting may help business. Because flexible budget is helpful in business because it moves along with the level of activity. And it enables you what should have been your target after doing your activity. Getting my point here? Okay. Now, second is prepare the flex budget. Okay. So, now flex budget. Again, we will move to our answer sheet for preparing flex budget. Now, paste. Take it to the next page. I don't need these two columns. Okay. Now, actual. Actual. Next. And variance. See. Now, come to the figures. See. Now, actual sales, selling price 10.5, but actual selling price is 10.25%. And 85,000 units were sold. So 85,000 multiplied by 10.25. The answer is 871,250. Getting my point clear? So sales, how much? 871,250. Now see, 870. If they have, now according to flex budget, if they have sold 85,000 units with the budgeted price 10.5, so the sales should have been 892,500. Getting my point here? According to budget, if they are selling 85,000 units, they have earned according to the budget of 10.5. They were supposed to earn 892,500. So there is a variance, and it is an adverse variance. 871,250, 21250 adverse. 21250, and this is adverse. Adverse. Then now come to DM. You know what is DM? Direct material. Yes. Now come to direct material. Direct material. Okay. They were supposed to buy for 85,000 units. Multiply by 1.5 kilo. Multiply by $3.3. They were supposed to spend 420,750. How much? 400 for 85,000 units. According to the budget, they have to spend 420,750. But what actually happened? See, they have sold 85,000 units multiply by 1.5 kilo, but at the rate of $3, they have spent 382,500 actually. Oh my God. 382,500. So this time variance is favorable. 38,250 favorable. Dollar 38,250 favorable variance. Then we write direct labor. DL. Now how much is what's happening in direct labor? See, it's an interesting question. Now direct labor for 85,000 units according to the budget, multiply by 0.5, multiply by 6.5. So they were supposed to spend 276,250. According to the activity, they have to spend how much? 276,250. But actually what happened is very important. Now, 0.6 hours. See, 85,000 units multiply by 0.6 multiply by $7 payment. 357,000. Again, we are in adverse position. $357,000. 357,000. Okay. Minus 276,250. 80,750. Again, it is adverse. 80,750 is adverse. Getting my point here. Achha, now, well, that's a good question. Now, fixed cost, DMDL, now fixed cost. See the fixed cost? 27,000 and 28,000. Okay. Fixed cost. FC. Frontier Port. Fixed cost is actually 28,000, but it's supposed to be 27,000. Then again we are 1,000 advance. Done? Okay. Get the totals over here. See. 871,250 minus 382,500 minus 357,000 minus 28,000. The profit is 103,750. Actual. Done. Flex profit should have been 892,500 minus 420,750 minus 276,250 minus 27,000. It is 168,500. 168,500. So the difference minus 103,750, 64,750. Let's check. I have taken the difference horizontally. Now I am taking the difference vertically. Three adverse and one favorable. Okay, it should have been 64,750 if we subtract horizontally the profit. But allow me to check it vertically. Okay, see 21,250 adverse plus 38,250 favorable minus 8750 adverse minus 1,000 adverse 64,750. Yes. So overall profit variance is also. Getting my point there? This is how we have to do it. I think it's here now. This is the end. Sorry for making it in four quarters. It was supposed to be completed in 3 installments, but this is the end of the question. Mashallah, we have finished it. So, inshallah, tomorrow our next video will be from O levels MCQs. Inshallah. And please subscribe my channel. Pray for me that I could solve all the question as soon as possible. So that would be helpful for all my students all over, those students who are using YouTube channels and searching YouTube channels. All my students, they should get as much as fast solved papers as I can. Okay. So please subscribe my channel. Pray for me. Thank you. Take care. Allah.